Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact 3.0 Archon Quest. Last time we made the Sumeru City at long last. I learned more about the Akasha system and I personally don't trust it at all. But also we tried, and through the Akasha system we tried learning more about Kusanali, and we didn't learn that much, so we were on a wild goose chase trying to figure out who knows anything about Kusanali. Until that took us to Dunyazard, and then she led us to Nilo, and to understand Dea as well. And Dea, of course, is the Eremite princess right there. That looks very distinct from all the other NPCs. And not just that, but again, we met Nilo and we learned about the Sub-Zero's festival, and we chose to help the festival. But while they're getting prepared, Dea asked us to head to Port Ormos, which I believe is all the way down somewhere over the rainbow. No, that's not, by the way. It's all the way down here. It's a whole nother area we have yet to explore. So that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. We're gonna be doing, well, we're not gonna be doing it, but we're gonna be going to Port Ormos and see if we can learn more about apparently some sort of thief. I have no idea what's up with. I have no idea what's going on with that one. But yeah, let's go to Port Ormos. So we have a waypoint that's gonna take us to the road right there. So we're gonna take that little waypoint. And while we're on the way, while we're on our little stroll, if music plays, and I'll actually let the music play for you guys. Oh, what the? This is a side quest that you can do. But it's also a very significant world quest, huh? That's interesting. I'm gonna continue with the main quest and head to Port Ormos. So before we were rudely interrupted by Rana, no offense, let's go to Port Ormos, and we have a bit of a story to tell about pretty much the premise of the story. And what we can, and what I know. What?
Useless.
Get one shot. Try to fight me again, I dare you. And someone's still trying to fight me. Never mind, they're gone. Now what's interesting here? So far, my predictions of the story so far has been pretty dead on except for a few things. I did not expect us to know about Colley's disease. I didn't even know about the Elazar. Apparently the Elazar was actually stated in the manga apparently, and I did read the manga. I absolutely did, but at the same time I kind of skim read it, but at the same time I also looked into it at the same time, and I never noticed the Elazar at all. And that's probably just on me for like not paying it as much attention as I should. If I knew about the Elzar existing, then I would have easily predicted that that's what they're going to discuss. I thought they were referring to the Archon residue. I'm not focusing on quests, Paimon. Let's get that one straight. But yeah, so automatically I did not see I did not know about the LSR, so that was one thing that was off. One of two. I expected us to meet Tanari and Colley nearby around Sumeru City, maybe in a village of some kind of like how we went to retail before touching whatchamacallit, Inazuma City, which is the main city. As we know, that's very dangerous. So I expected us to go to some area that is pretty much as like important as retail, I guess. And retail took a significant amount of time, but I did not think retail was, but it wasn't that long. So, and I thought Gandharville was gonna be kind of like retail in a way where it's gonna take a good amount of time, and then it's good, but it's not gonna hold us for long. It's gonna take us, and it's gonna be like a pretty fast lead into Sumeru City. I did not expect Gandharville to be this long. Again, like I'm resaying this. I did not expect it to be that long at all. I thought Gandharville was gonna be like a 30 minutes to an hour. Just a little fun stuff to look into, and then and then obviously we're gonna be moving to Mirror City. But the fact that Godolphin was that that's cool. The fact that Gandalfville was that long, I thought based on that alone, looking into that now, I thought that was gonna be its own act, and that'll make more sense. And that would actually break my prediction here, my act 2 prediction here, where we thought where I originally guessed we were going to be going to the desert. I'll be honest, I thought Gandalfville was gonna be a lot more shorter than it ended up being. So that's my reasoning why. We still ended up going to Summer City anyways, and I don't know if Act 2 is gonna take us to the desert. People has been hyping up Act 2. And all I'm gonna say is that, like, people's been hyping up Act 2. There's something very significant that goes on there. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't want to get spoiled on it. And I'm just more curious, if anything, like, what's up with Act 2. If it's gonna be the desert, I don't think it is, because I don't think the desert's available by this point. So that means Act 3 will be the desert, which makes sense, I guess. And I'm hoping apparently Act 2 is not the intimate situation. It's just as long, it's not longer than Act 1, which I'm super excited for, because thank God they could actually break they can actually do something different compared to what Inazuma did. Anyways, we're in retail now. No, did I really just say retail? We're at Port Ormos. They're both port cities, I guess. It'll make sense. But yeah, it's music, so good music. Like, not gonna lie, I'm actually jamming. Now, Port Ormos is apparently gonna be meeting a few characters here, according to the teaser. We already know one. That's Dory, apparently. I think it's Dory, but this is the second character we're meeting here, and I don't know. And I'm not gonna say who it is. Not to mention all the tasty food. Yeah. So before we move on, I'm gonna say this much right now. I know we're meeting Dory here because I think this is gonna lead into the Divine Knowledge Capsule, which connects us with Dory. So I think we're gonna meet Dory here in Port Ormos, especially since Port Ormos is a merchant-like area. But also, the third teaser stated that we're gonna meet a second person here in Port Ormos, and I don't know if it's now or later, but I'm assuming it's now. I'm not gonna say who he is yet. I'm just gonna say I'm super excited to see this person. It's a he, by the way. I'm not gonna do it as an interruption. I'll get the dialogue in though. Second top waypoint. Yo, look at this this market area. Looks cool.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
This music's good. I like it.
A deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care?
I like how they all share the same motif, by the way. The music.
Not all. Did you know that?
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Huh?
Don't you remember Retail Paimon? That place was large as well.
Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds.
Oh, you think?
Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Akademiya lost is related to the gods. But
I'm almost confident this is the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Not even looking at leaks, but looking at trailers. I won't even spoil on this, by the way. I've been very careful with avoiding spoilers.
Doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Akademiya students and asking about the stolen item?
Figuring that out could be crucial for the rest of our investigation here.
Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
Lost in Prosperity. Interesting quest name though.
Welcome. How can I help you two?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the Akademiya ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Akademiya, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the
Now we have
Akademiya
actual full-on dialogue from the Archon quest that states this.
We may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free
I need the name Ormos.
Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the Akademiya.
It's like a safe haven.
You see over there? Those are students from the Akademiya.
They look pretty serious. Maybe even a little worried.
They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need.
Oh my god.
Those students seem to be discussing something.
Reliance on the Akasha terminal again, are we? This music though, I like it. You guys can't see, but I'm jamming to this music, by the way.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
Hello?
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection.
What
I've
the?
even heard that the Citadel of Rexar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ayn something or other?
Ayn what?
They're called Ayn Al Ahmar. Today,
Ayn Al
I heard
Ahmar.
that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Oh, they look for it too.
Come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the Akademiya. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods
Oh,
that
that's
Eremites
why
are after.
that's why they told us
As
to
long
be
as they
to act
know
like a
you're
student of the Akademiya.
Then deals can be made. I've heard that Ayn Al Ahmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora, they'll give you info on
500,000?
anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
Oh, this is the
Guess we might as well
here's
give
the
up on trying
instance
to graduate this
of
way.
I wouldn't worry
using
too much.
the
Our field of
using
research
knowledge
is
of
very
knowledge
niche.
being
Who else
treated
could
as
possibly be
a
after that kind of shady
resource.
knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone
Yeah,
aside
yeah.
from us.
I was thinking
I
out for a
guess that
second.
makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that?
Yeah, Miko told us that knowledge is universally treated as a resource, so I won't be surprised if they treat knowledge like that. Whatever was stolen from the Akademiya was also related to knowledge.
So, what's your plan?
Let's go to Jafar Tavern. I'm assuming that's how I pronounce the name.
Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind?
I won't let them off easy if it turns out to be a scam.
Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
We need to get straight to the point. We can't just we can't just go around, you know. I'm assuming no matter what, we're going to Jafar Tavern. Oh. I was so confused. I'm like, why am I asking them to go this way? Jafar Tavern is behind that. Whoa. That's a good shot. I do like this music though. I
This
like
is
it.
the place we heard those students talking about.
Let's
find
just
a seat somewhere.
yeah, let's just stay here for a bit.
Oh, you've arrived. Please take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet King, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion.
The Caracal Battalion. Is that another faction of the Eremites?
So we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is the Scarlet King. So they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Scarlet King is a god that they
Greater
worship.
Lord Rukkhadevata.
Whoa.
That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on
So it
Sumeru.
was the
All of
Eremites
them
that
shall
said
be
that.
punished.
Great Lord Rukkhadevata? A traitor? Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Is that they're gonna come into play as well? About what Rukkhadevata did right before her death? Or is she even dead?
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
This is
We
huge.
should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Oh, that just gave me a whole nother thing to look into. Hello.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want?
I'm a student from the Akademiya.
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos?
I'm looking for information about a certain something.
Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
I wonder if this is actually gonna cost me 500,000 more. I do have a lot more anyway, so it doesn't matter for me.
Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice.
We have like 5 million more, Paimon.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
I just have one more question.
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested to know more because, because we're archaeology students.
Convincing.
Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ayn Al Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was...
Whoa, okay, whoa, Jesus.
Advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day
So that's the
Sumeru.
lost civilization
The
then.
Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a
The
companion
rightful
who
god of
trusted him.
wisdom?
She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
That's why it's god of wisdom, not...
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata,
That's
yes.
interesting.
That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to
Hello?
flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Akademiya to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known.
It's a collaboration between those two?
Just thinking about it sickens me.
It was.
But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The Scarlet King isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words,
There.
our
Oh,
God
here's the
shall
line.
return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true God will suffer retribution together.
Whoa.
If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the
Holy
Scarlet
crap.
King.
Can you tell us more about the Oracle?
I don't have anything to say to you Akademiya people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
What?
You again? Deranged Akademiya lunatic.
Wow, that was sudden.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to
Hello, Alhaitham.
I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least you
Yo,
won't
his
find a
voice is
merchant
really
waiting for you
good.
there. This
They
group
nailed
has
it.
been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Ah, well, there we go then.
Hey, shut it, Alhaitham. What are you playing at, trying to ruin
It is
our
Alhaitham,
business
okay.
like this, hmm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
Yo, his voice is really
I'm
freaking good.
warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Akademiya because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just
Hello?
have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tibet.
Hello?
If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next
Are
course
you
of action
connected with the
will sting
Archons?
a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all
Jesus!
else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach
You
me
are
himself.
polar opposite from who you're based
However,
off of.
I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
His voice sounds really familiar though, I'm not gonna lie.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4
goddamn.
o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Oh, well, there we go.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Ayman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Damn, Alhaitham.
Oh, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but
Talk
set
about
the
threatening.
Eremites running too. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some